Today I will be giving a presentation on artificial gravity and space hotels. So what is gravity? Gravity is the force that a planet exerts on an object to pull it towards its center. The more away we go from the earth, the less the force of gravity becomes. So we need to create artificial gravity to experience gravity in space. How do we create artificial gravity? Let's say you are driving in a car and the car turns right. You are pushed towards the left side. That push is known as the centrifugal force. Now, if we use the same concept in a larger scale in space, well, you can see that this is a design of the space station using which has artificial gravity. The ring spins around its axis and it causes a centrifugal force on the objects inside, which pushes it towards the outer boundary. Now, we can make the outer boundary our floor, and we can walk on the ring like we walk on earth right now. That's how we can create artificial gravity. Now, why do we need artificial gravity? Although floating around in space, feeling weightless, looks cool and all, it has its downsides. Our muscles can become very weak because they don't need to work as hard as they do in the presence of gravity. Many astronauts, after coming back from long space missions, they have a hard time walking because their muscles have become weak. Now, space hotels. This is the Voyager space station / hotel, which is going to be built by 2027. It is 3 times the size of the International Space Station. It is going to be built by the Orbital Assembly Corporation. They are going to launch all the different parts into space one by one and assemble it in space because it's really big. The reason it's big because the more the diameter of the ring, the slower the wheel has to spin to give the same amount of gravity. If the wheel was smaller, the wheel had to spin really fast to give the amount of gravity we get on Earth. And if we spin it really fast, it can cause nausea. That's why it's really big. Now, each of these capsules are the size of a real life bungalow. They have many different activities and things inside of them. There are these small capsules. They have bedrooms, living rooms, dining area, basketball place, everything. It's like a hotel in space. Literally anything you can imagine. Also, how we get to that hotel. SpaceX has built a reusable rocket, so we will use that rocket to go to the space station and back. The whole building of the space station will cost around $200 billion. In just a 3-night stay will cost around $10 million. It's a really expensive thing, but it should be built by 2027. Any question?
Yes, so firstly, why does the wheel have to spin fast to provide more gravity? Can you
The
explain?
bigger the diameter, the more the centrifugal force.
So what you mean to say is that we spend like a large amount of money to make space hotels. At the moment we are thinking like we'll make one space hotel. So in the near future, like everyone gets an idea like चलो हम भी space hotel बनाते हैं. That kind of an idea. There are big players in the market like Virgin Galactic Projects and Elon Musk. Many different companies are there. So if in the near future there are many space hotels, what could be the impact on like the solar system?
It would like block the sun's rays, cause like shadowy areas in the world.
Yes, because as you said that the larger the diameter, the lesser the wheel has to spin to give you gravitational force.
Yeah.
So it is gonna have a big impact on the environment.
Yeah.
Also, what are the health effects of a person in a space hotel? What would be the health effects? Like, will he experience a difference from Earth and the space hotel?
No, they won't, because we created artificial gravity. If the diameter is big, it won't experience anything.
No.
If the diameter is small, you will experience nausea and brain damage because it spins at a high speed.
Apart from nausea and brain damage, anything else?
No, if it's the artificial gravity, it will feel like we're on Earth.
Like it is a machine basically, so it is spinning on a particular axis. What if something goes wrong? Like it is spinning at the moment on a
Yeah.
particular axis. Now if it stops spinning,
Everything will float.
everything will float. Now how do you compensate for that? Like if everything is floating, like incidents don't happen all the time, but in case it happens, then what the space station or the space shuttle is having to compensate for that problem to give another.
They are like different docking stations at the points, which we can add another aircraft, and the aircraft will move around that. So the aircraft will connect to the space station and it will spin.
Of creating a centrifugal.
Yeah, just in case if the mechanism doesn't work.
Now, what if the axle breaks? Like it's a thing that rotates and it is connected to axle,
Yeah,
probably to a motor.
yeah.
Right?
Probably to it's connected to a spaceship with.
Yes. So, what if the axle breaks or something happens to the wheel itself? Like it floats into the vast universe somewhere.
It has a rocket in between, which we can control its direction.
Are there any security measures around the wheel? Because it's like a
Yeah,
motor,
very
so
secure.
anyone can like go floating around in the space.
No, you can. There is no way you can go. There are security measures.
And you said that all the people would go there in a spaceship.
Yeah.
So wouldn't it cost a lot of fuel?
No, because it's a reusable spaceship. It will cost a lot of fuel. That's why it's $10 million.
Okay. Now, I also have one more question. You know, our hotels require a lot of things to support life, especially in place like space where there is no life. So, one of my reasons is waste system and space pollution. Will it cause space pollution? Where will it dump its waste?
So, see, there are like waste trucks and garbage trucks. They will be garbage spaceships, which will bring down.
At the moment, like they are saying, from Earth we will bring the tourists onto the space orbit. There will be garbage spaceships that will be taken. So, for a shorter period of time, you think like that it's okay, but over a longer run, it's gonna cost a lot of
Yeah, it
fuel,
will cost a lot of fuel.
time, efficiency, and like I was searching about this space station, like it was requiring a lot of aluminum. It was double the aluminum produced in 1 year. So if you keep on making space
It
orbits,
uses a lot of resources.
so it is gonna get depleted, no?
Yeah.
So it is like for a short period of time it's okay, but you
After a
can't.
long period of time,
It's gonna harm the environment.
resources.
I would like to add to the next question. Is it worth it?
See, if we make this, we can use this to travel to Mars without anything, like traveling to Mars from here takes like a long time, like 1 or 2 years. So if we are living in a hotel which is moving towards Mars, it will be more comfortable for us.
Okay. Then again, how will the waste be transferred from the hotel to
It will
our
be on Mars.
So that will take a lot of time, a year to and fro.
Yeah. So it won't be transported back to the Earth, it will stay.
It will stay on Mars. So that will eventually cause space pollution.
Yeah.
Just a minute. Sorry. You said that this whole space shuttle will move to Mars. This is such a heavy thing. Like it's gonna be
Yeah.
heavy. It's creating its own gravitational force, artificial gravity. How is it gonna break through the Earth's gravitational force?
No, the parts will be launched outside of the Earth's gravitational force. It will be built outside of Earth.
Okay, so this one is like near the Earth.
This one is just shown, it's an image. It's not
No, it's like near the Earth at the moment. Under the Earth's
Earth's
gravity.
gravity, it will be in Earth's
Other one
will
will
be
be
outside.
So
Given the current economical state of the world, where fuel is already reaching the skies for its price, And when you talk about how you need more and more money for the fuel and how that $10 million is going to compensate it, and then during that crisis, if we add on more crisis to the space, such as space debris, as someone mentioned, if something happens, an accident, or the waste is released, how does that impact humanity, and how do you think that these space organizations can recover from those losses?
See, for the waste debris, the waste could be coming in through the Earth's atmosphere, like crashing like meteors. They could use like a spacecraft to clean the waste in space, and for the fuel they need to make an electric spaceship. We have not developed it yet, but we should in the coming years.
So one thing is that this thing is like this project of space hotels, we have understood artificial level, but space hotels at the moment it is a bit hypothetical.
Yeah, it is.
Because many of things we are not having, it is still in the stage of development.
Yeah.
Moreover, everything is answered at spaceship hai na, for garbage, spaceship hai na for transport.
But it will cost a lot of
It's
fuel.
gonna cost, so it's a bit,
It's not thought of.
it's unstable kind of an
Yeah.
idea.
I have a question. It has been noticed that over the past usage of spaceships, especially the ones which were used in the moon landings, it was noticed that the smoke released by the spaceships because of burning of the fuel, which obviously it will burn even in this case, no matter
Yeah.
how much of biodegradable fuel you use in space, it's no use. When you burn that fuel, because of the cold temperature of space, all those gases they will turn into solid and create even more space debris. How do you think that humans will be able to clean up all of that? Given those rocket ships, they won't be able to carry all the gas formed into solid. How do you think humans will be able to clear up their mess after this?
I haven't thought of that yet.
I think that if humans are developed enough to even build all these space hotels, at least they would have thought of some way of using more vehicles to gather around the waste, and they can be sent off along with the spaceships that bring the humans instead of using even more cost to bring more disposal trucks.
Yeah, the waste will be go with the human.